Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. So as you can see by the title, I just got in some new braids and I challenged myself to do more styles with my braids this time and not just wear it like, wear it down. So without further ado, I'm not going to ramble too much. Here are 20 super stylish, super modern styles that you can do with your braids if you don't want to be a boring babe anymore. So let's get right into the video. So we're going to be starting with a light and easy hairstyle. So this hairstyle is for those who want their hair down but don't want it to get in their face a lot. So what I'm doing is just taking like 2 rows on each side. You can do a center or a side parting, but I prefer side part because I feel like it makes my face look better. Then I'm going to use a rubber band and I'm going to tie the 2 parts securely at the back, so it gives like a, it's like you tucked your hair behind your ears, but it's not quite, it's more secure than that. And yeah, simple, easy, laid back. So this next hairstyle is kind of a variation of the first one, but instead of it being like laid hanging loose, it's kind of tied as a low ponytail, but it still has that swoop in front. And I'm going to call this hairstyle a low bun with a swoop, and I just used some strands of hair to cover up the rubber band so that it doesn't show through. And yeah, that's the hairstyle, just a low bun with a swoop in front, and it's super easy if you're a healthcare worker, if you need to get your hair out of your face but you still want to look cute. And don't forget to do your edges, guys. So continuing from the first hairstyle, I'm going to call this one a low bun or a low Pocahontas bun or something. So continuing from the previous hairstyle, we're just going to be adding buns to our ponytail. So instead of it hanging freely, we're going to be adding buns, as you can see. So I'm using these yellow rubber bands. Ideally I should be using black rubber bands, but this is all I had available. So if you have black rubber bands, please do use those. And I'm tying knots at intervals, as you can see, and I'm going to take out some hair and wrap around the rubber band just to hide the rubber band. I mean, if you're using a black rubber band, you may not need to hide your rubber band, but because I'm using a yellow rubber band, then I have to hide it. And I'm going to do the same for all the steps. I'm going to fluff up my puff a bit, my Pocahontas puff, and I'm going to use some hair to wrap over it just to hide that rubber band, as you can see. And I'm going to continue all the way down. This next hairstyle is super duper easy. When I was braiding my hair, I told my hairstylist to leave 2 short pieces in front because I love layers and it just looks better on my face. So I'm going to call this hairstyle pigtails with an antenna. So it's just me having 2 low pigtails and not high ones, and I'm going to get it to the position I want. Then I'm going to be taking 2 or 3 braids and wrapping in front of my rubber band because you guys know the color is off. And yeah, that's just it. I'm going to do the same on the other side, and it looks super cute and simple. And yeah, we're not doing too much, and this is just me adjusting my edges. As a continuation from the previous hairstyle, I'm going to be adding my Pocahontas buns to my pigtails, as you guys have seen in like 2 hairstyles prior. So I'm going to be adding my rubber bands, then using a piece of hair to cover it. Make sure it's fluffy and puffy and fun. So I'm going to be adding 3 in total, and as I add the rubber, you'll see me using some hair to cover my rubber bands, and I'm going to continue that step on both sides. This next hairstyle is also super easy. It's for those who want to have the claw clip look. You know that look that's been trending on TikTok, but you don't have a claw clip, then you can do this. So I just took 2 strands of hair and put it at the back, and I'm going to tie it in a rubber band, and I'm going to put my fingers in between. As you're going to see, I'm going to put my fingers in between the loop to form like a loop, and then I'll flip it over, and that should give me the claw clip look. I'm also going to do some short fringes in front. You know how when you want to shorten your braids, so I start by folding the braids to my desired length, then twisting it around the base, and I'm going to secure it with my yellow rubber bands. Like I said, I couldn't find the black rubber bands, but ideally I should be using the black rubber bands for this look. I'm just going to manage the yellow ones like that. So yeah, it's like a pseudo claw clip look, and you're going to see me, you know, turn to the back, giving y'all glasses, giving y'all modern looks and such and such. I'm just fooling around, guys. But yeah, this is the final look. This hairstyle is also a hairstyle you can do while your hair is down. So I start by taking a piece of hair from the back, then you can either twist or braid it, but I decided to braid mine, and you just want a really long braid, and we're going to use that as a headband. So I call this the headband, the braids headband. Yeah, so that's what I call this hairstyle. And I'm just going to take my super long braids, then put my hair to the back. Then I'm going to take the other end of my headband, and I'm going to tie it to a braid at the back. Make sure you tie it securely so that your headband doesn't slip forward or slip backward. Now things are starting to get interesting. This is a fishtail hairstyle, and if you're in Nigeria, it's basically doing shade. There's a hairstyle called shade, but it's like an inner braid. You get? It's like I'm weaving the hair. So you take one from the left and put it on the right, and take from the right and switch it to the left. That's the best way I can explain this, but it's like you're doing an inner braid like on top of your braids, right? And I missed a few spots, pardon me guys, I can't see the back of my head, but just braid it down, go as far as you can. Then I secured it with some rubber band and used a braid to cover the yellow rubber bands. So that's what you're going to see me doing here. I'm going to secure it with a rubber band, and then I'm going to use some braids and cover the rubber band. Honestly, this next hairstyle is nothing new, but I thought to include it because it just gives such a lift to the face, and it's the simple half up, half down. So you see me dividing the portion I want to use for my up and the one I want to use for my down parts. Then I'll use a rubber band to secure my up parts, I don't know the word to use for that. So after securing it, I'll use 2 or 3 braids to wrap around my rubber band. Now don't forget to release the tension on your edges so that you don't get traction alopecia and your edges don't cut off after this hairstyle. Then you use like 2 or 3 braids to wrap around the rubber band to give it a better look. Don't forget to relieve tension on your edges. For this next hairstyle, we're going to be adding a swoop to our half up, half down. So you're going to see me just bring out a bit of hair that I want to use for my swoop, then tighten back my ponytail. Now I'm going to take the parts that I have brought out, and depending on where you like, to the left, to the right, and I'm going to secure it at the back of the parts of my hair that is down, not the one that's up. And I'm going to use a rubber band and just tie it at the back so that the part that is down will cover the rubber band. Then I'm going to, of course, as you guys know, I'm going to cover up the rubber band that's on top with a bit of braids just so that it looks neater. This next hairstyle is still in a half up, half down style, but I'm going to be removing the parts of the hair that I don't need in front and wrapping that around my ponytail, leaving like 5 or 6 braids in front. Now what I'm going to do next can be a bit tricky, especially if your braids are long, but I'm going to shorten my braids. You guys have seen me do this earlier. So you fold it to your desired length, then wrap the braids around on itself, and it can be a bit tricky to do if your braids are long, like I've mentioned. Then when you get to the end of the braid, you secure it with a rubber band. In my case, I only had yellow rubber bands, but I would advise you to use black rubber bands, so just use what you have anyways. So that's what I'm going to repeat for all the fringe pieces, as you're going to see in the clips. So these are the fringes completed. After doing this, I realized that I brought out an unequal number of fringes. So I have 5 fringes on one side and 3 fringes on the other side, but it's still cute, and you should definitely count the amount of fringes that you're going to use. For this next hairstyle, I'm going to be leaving in the fringes that we've worked really hard to create, and I'm going to be doing a low bun with the fringes. So this is fringes with a low bun. For the next hairstyle, I'm going to be showing you guys the same fringes, but this time with a high bun. Now this next hairstyle might be my most favorite hairstyle in the entire series that I've done. So I'm going to be taking 2 rows or columns of braids, as you can see, and I'm going to be braiding that just halfway through. That I'm going to be securing the ends with a rubber band so it doesn't get loose. Yeah, so just like that, and I'm going to continue it throughout my hair, as you're going to see. So I'm going to just braid, then secure with a rubber band. I look like a baby, guys. This hairstyle is so cute. It would definitely have been cuter if I had different colors of rubber bands other than the yellow ones. So this is the next hairstyle. It's almost like the first one, but we're going to be doing a half up, half down with the parts that we have braided, like you can see. Then I'll take a hair, wrap around it. Like, this would have been so much more cuter with different colors of rubber bands, but yeah, it's still cute nonetheless. This next hairstyle, we're also going to be using our braids, but we're going to be doing 2 pigtails on top, and this one is super cute. Maybe not for my age group, but for those of you who have kids, who have daughters, this would be a great style to do on their hair. And as usual, I'm taking a hair and I'm wrapping around it just to give it a super sleek look. For the next hairstyle, we are going to be unraveling our braids, and I call this hairstyle Sierra braids. Sierra braids hairstyle, and you're going to see what I mean in a bit. So I'll just unravel the braids and leave a few on the side that I want, so that I can have that how do I put it, so I can have the mohawk type look. You guys are gonna see what I mean in a minute. I don't have the words to describe what I'm trying to say. Look, you kind of leave a bit braided on that side, and I think it's very cute. For this next hairstyle, I'm going to be using a shoelace to put my hair in a super slick ponytail, because shoelaces are just easier for me than using hair ties, and I'm trying to achieve a slick back ponytail look. So it's not a high ponytail, it's not low either, it's just in the middle, and it just pulls your eyes laterally and just gives you it gives you a snatch look. I can't really explain it. It's the same thing people talk about when they talk about slick back buns. In order to add my own twist to it, I'm taking a purple ribbon and I'm going to tie it into a bow at the top of my head, just so that my slick back ponytail is not boring. But yeah, it turned out super cute. I look like Minnie Mouse. The next hairstyle is similar to the last one, and we are going to be shortening our ponytail for it to look like a bob. You get? So I took a piece of cloth and I used that to shorten the hair, as you saw in the last clip, and I'm going to be using the remaining hair to wrap around the base of the ponytail. so that it has that shortened, look like we cut our braids. And it's a bit wonky. I mean, it's not perfect, but I think I did a good enough job for how long my braids are. Like, my braids are past my butt, and yeah. So for this next hairstyle, we are still keeping in our ponytail, and I call this the crocodile crocodile pony. You guys can't see at this point. I had no idea the clips were like this, but I'm basically taking some braids and I'm wrapping around the original ponytail. When those braids are exhausted, I'll simply take more braids and I'll keep on wrapping around the ponytail, as you can see. So the goal is just to wrap it around itself until we are satisfied. So you guys can see more clearly now the way I'm taking hair and I'm wrapping it around each other, like wrapping it like an armadillo. Used a rubber tie to secure the end because I didn't want to wrap it all the way to the end, so I used my yellow ties to wrap it till the very end, then use some braids to try and disguise my yellow rubber band. And yeah, that's the armadillo ponytail. That's such a funny name. This next hairstyle I like to call the Bridgerton pony. Oh no, I'll just call it the Bridgerton hairstyle, and it's so royal, as you're going to see. So I packed my hair in a ponytail, wrapped it with some braids. Now for the fun part, we are going to be taking like 3 braids from our pony and we are going to be rolling it on itself to give us the illusion of a rose. So I'm going to be rolling that and I'm going to secure it with a black bobby pin. I realized while shooting this video that I didn't have a lot of bobby pins, so I wasn't able to do as many roses as I wanted to, but it still came out cute. The first one was too thick, so I had to redo it. So you basically do the same thing, you just roll and secure with a black bobby pin. Was only able to do about 4 roses in total because I didn't have enough bobby pins. But tell me, what do you guys think of this look? I think it's giving royal and I think it's so different, and I wish I was able to do, the whole ponytail. It would have been really, really, really cute. But yeah, you get the point. Okay, I'll call this Bridgerton Rose. And last but not the least, actually I think this is the actual Bridgerton hairstyle. Maybe the other one was Bridgerton Rose. So we're going to be doing a super high bun on our ponytail. Then we're going to be using a rubber band to secure our bun. Now the remaining part of our ponytail, we are going to use that to form a swoop. So basically we are using the tail end of our ponytail to form a swoop on the side of our face, and I'm going to be using bobby pins to secure that to the side of my head. As you can see, make sure that it's super secure so it doesn't fall off. But yeah, that's the final hairstyle. What do you guys think? This one is a bit formal with the bun and the swoop, but I think it's super duper chic. Tell me what you guys think. I'd like to know your favorite hairstyle in the comments, and don't be a boring babe. Style your braids in different ways. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Please comment down your favorite style in the comment section down below. I'd like to know which one is yours favorite. So until the next time, I'll see you guys. Bye.